Not heroic, but.
Yeah.
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Yep.
No, I put the sidebar up so you know who's coming in.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. I'll be downstairs if you.
Okay, Jason, I appreciate it very much.
We're not gonna get any surprises there.
We shouldn't, how it's set up, because I'll have to let people in.
Hey, Carrie,
Good morning, Adam.
how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Where's your mask?
Yeah, where's your mask?
Don't need one in my office with the closed door.
I don't have
Point.
Hi, Dave. Is it this one?
What's that?
The
Hey,
volume.
guys.
Bye, I'll be on
Morning, Dave.
computer.
Oh, I have it turned all the way up.
Are the speakers,
The speaker, I don't hear anything coming out of these.
there should be a little button on,
Oh, there it is.
see if that controls it.
Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
That helps. That's all the way.
That helps. So you can spread the speakers out.
I think that's it. Okay. All right. Well, welcome. Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, we don't have a chairman. Do you want me to open this for you guys?
Sure.
Yeah, I can open it.
Okay,
Okay, we got this roll call the meeting to order.
yeah.
Roll call, we got everybody.
Yeah, I can do it real quick if you want me to.
Mhm.
Adam Jester,
Here.
Dave Anastasia,
Here.
William Alio,
Here,
Linda Witt. Here. Deanna Foster,
Here.
Earl McElfresh,
Yeah, sort of.
and Jack is with us, and Tiffany. Okay, I think the first order would be,
I would like to nominate Earl McElfresh as the chairman for this committee.
Why not?
The enthusiasm.
Yeah, let's do it. That's enthusiasm at this hour. So now,
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Am I legally okay to second?
yes,
Yep.
absolutely. Yeah.
Anybody opposed? Hearing none. Earl, you are the new chairman of the Olean Urban Renewal Agency.
all right.
And, we will now need a vice chair, and then we need a secretary, then we need a chief executive officer that cannot be a
Jeez.
part of the membership. I think previous it was me.
Okay,
And then we need a chief financial officer that cannot be on the board. Previously, it was Crystal McDivitt.
okay, so who was the vice president before Chuck left, or vice chairman?
John Ash.
Oh, John left too, so we need.
Correct.
Okay, Earl, your first order of business is to accept nomination for the vice
Is
chairman.
there commensurate raise and salary or no?
Yeah, we hand out wheat pennies now.
Okay, all right.
Could I make a point of order? I'm quite sure that actually this is a mayoral appointment. And we don't need to have approval of the board.
You mean for the officers?
I have the
Yeah.
bylaws actually pulled
Well, I'm
up.
talking just for the members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Carrie, would it be possible to turn the laptop towards the people? I'm hearing voices that I would, like, it's like, guess that voice. And I think I hear John Hard, maybe, I think I might hear Linda Witt.
Yep.
But I can't see, all I can see is the clock.
Yeah, sorry. It's how it is on the, we have a laptop on our conference room table. If you want to look at Linda, we can do that.
Hey, Linda.
Hi,
Morning.
Adam.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's around the table, I guess. So if it's possible to face towards the table, that'd be awesome. But
I don't know. I don't know.
Let's say it's myself, Earl,
Jason.
Tiffany, Deanna, Jack, the mayor, and Carrie.
well, good morning, everybody. I'm sure you all look as great as Linda does.
Hi, would you be able to come back up and fix the volume?
Adam, can you hear us okay?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Great. That's a familiar sound. I think that's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe it's on his end.
I think it's ours.
Probably all right.
Okay.
Well, speak loud when you speak, Adam, so we know you're speaking.
Okay.
And carry a big stick.
Okay, so what, yeah, so, what do we need, a vice chairman?
And a secretary.
Who was the secretary before?
Earl, wasn't it?
Yes.
Or was it
I
Deanna?
thought I was.
You
was I
were,
secretary?
you were, yeah.
Okay, I was secretary.
Yeah.
Well, I would,
Yeah.
I'll put up Deanna as the vice chairman.
I'll second that.
Oh, geez.
Okay, then, we just need we should do the full motion then for that.
I'll make a motion to have Deanna as the vice chairman.
Second.
I'll second.
Whoa, there we go.
Thank you. Can you guys hear us better?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
It's, yeah, it's the same on our end. It's probably louder on that end.
Have a trouble hearing.
He thinks it's on his end.
Okay, did we have a second on that?
Yes.
I do second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Okay, now we need a secretary.
Yes.
Okay. I nominate Linda Witt as secretary.
Why did I not know that was coming?
Well, you've been here before. so.
That's true.
I have a second.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, now what's the other position?
The chief financial officer for, Crystal McDivitt, our bookkeeper.
So are we keeping her? Or-
Yes.
She's saying that.
Okay, so I nominate Crystal McDivitt as the chief financial officer.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then you had the other one.
Chief executive officer.
I nominate Carrie Carter.
I thought I was with the managing
I'll second.
director. I didn't know it was that fancy.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, do we have any other ones?
No, believe it or not, that's it.
Okay, take it away, Earl. You're on number 2.
Approval of the 11/17/21 meeting minutes.
I motion to accept the November 17th minutes.
Good call, thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried. Are you supposed to give us a count, anything? Or give people time to, okay. Motion is carried.
Yes, so, you'll see the June financials, the July financials, and the August financials in there as well. If you recall, after Advisor came in, we had said, hey, he will be making journal entries because of us disposing of the properties. So that then enabled Crystal to go in and make adjustments as they should be. So we may have accepted them back then, but we will want to accept them now with revisions for June, July, and August. And then the September, October, November, and December are just the ones that Crystal just fell, a little behind on providing to us. So those could be accepted just as presented.
Okay. Just so I'm straight. So June, July,
Have the revision.
okay, we need to accept them with revision.
Yes,
Correct.
And then the other ones we need to just accept accept them.
yes.
Got that, Earl? So I will make a motion to accept the June, July, and August one as revised, and the September, October, and November, and in November, or in December. December. Financial reports.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
Thank you.
You're on to number 4.
So going into the RFP for professional audit services, our contract will be up with Ed Bizek at the end of our fiscal year. So on the agency's behalf, I prepared that RFP for professional audit services and released it. I did the proper procurement procedures, which entailed a legal notice to the Times Herald. I published it online. I published it on the city's website along with the RFP document. I put it on the New York State Contract Reporter. I sent it to certified minority women business enterprise companies. And I also did a Google search and sent it to various organizations within our area and stemming in other areas of New York State. With that, we received 2 responses. There was a subcommittee that reviewed the proposals that were received. That was made up of the mayor, Deanna, and myself. We scored them according to the criteria for evaluation that was outlined in the RFP document. That criteria had to do with experience, qualifications, and references, the cost proposal, the audit approach, and understanding of the URA's auditing needs. And Linda, in front of you are the responses that we received, and it shows the amount. So as secretary now, if you could just read for us the amount, because that was a big factor, yeah.
Okay, so which one is? Okay, I'm looking for the
That one. Yeah, that one's BWB, and there's
And
their
this
amounts
is-
per year.
Whoever the other one is.
Okay, so per year, one would be 2022 would be 4,900, 2023, 5,050, 2024, 2,000 or 5,200, 2025, 5,350, and 2026, 200, or I'm sorry, 5,500, and this is from the EFPR group.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
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 Okay, and then this one would be
BWB.
BWB, so it would be 2022 would be 4,000, 2023, 4,200, 2024, 4,400, 2025, 4,600, 2026, 4,800. And then this one is Ed's. Yeah, Isaac. It'd be 2022, it'd be 4,000, 2023, 4,000, 2024, 4,000, 2025, 4,000, and 2026, 4,000.
So, thank you. With that, ultimately, we all scored them separately, and we all ended up arriving at Ed Bizek. He scored the highest with all of us. So ultimately, if the URA is comfortable, we should then make that motion to hire him for those services throughout those years.
Make the motion.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
All those in favor, sorry.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, you wait a second for any second. Anybody who's make-
Oh, no, you're good.
Seeing none, motion is carried.
So I will get out notification to the successful proposer and the unsuccessful, just so that they're aware, and I'll put it in writing and place that in the file. Another item of business with Chuck and John leaving, they were our community bank account signatories. So We do a two-party check or two signatures on our check, in order to keep best practices for our audit, with Advisic and the authority's budget office. So I do believe I would suggest putting at least 3 or 4 on, just so that there could be alternates, in case whomever the 2 aren't available or if a sickness occurs.
Could we just do all the officers?
I would agree with that.
They should all be officers.
I would agree. I mean, I would be
Is that what you said?
comfortable.
Yep.
So would that be derived of the chairman, the vice chairman, secretary, and CEO? Or would it be no, it shouldn't be the CFO. She
I don't
shouldn't
think she
do
should.
that. No.
I think that's a good list.
And one, do you want to put names in or positions like we did with the OLBC?
I would suggest positions.
Okay.
Then names can change. The question I always have is, with the accounts being in the bank and you working with it, can you,
It's not a problem for me.
okay.
I
I
can be
didn't know
on
if
an
it was
account
out.
there, so that's not a problem. Just need to make sure it's not a problem with the board.
All right, so I think we would need a motion to the effect of accepting the positions of chairman, vice chairman, secretary, chief executive officer to be the community bank account signatory.
So moved.
Adam,
Gotta move that.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so I will get to Community Bank and get that paperwork started, and I'll get with the appropriate people. Okay, next in your packet, you'll find some responses to proposals dealing with number 5 on our agenda, old business. That's our vacant property parcel that runs parallel with the parking lot to Country Fair on 12th Street. Now, last year, our DPW director had prepared an estimate for us for that work, and he has a estimate of $37,863.75. So, as you may recall, I think we had budgeted $40,000 for this project.
Should we give the new people just an update on how this came about?
Yeah, how did it?
We had money to spend. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can give everybody an
Okay,
update.
great.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Back a while ago, we started, this is a parcel that the URA has had to have mowed for since I've been here. And we started looking at this parcel, and it lines up with the Allegheny River Trail. The other thing that bothers me is that for people to get to the Allegheny River Trail from Wayne Street, from 12th Street, they have to walk through Country Fair parking lot. And it's an unsafe practice to walk through that lot. So we said, once we sold the Manny Hanny building, URA had, we've got a little bit of money now. So I started looking at that and saying, geez, that would be nice if we could make that the entrance to the Allegheny River Trail. So we started, Carrie and I, we went down there, we looked at it, it lines up nice with the trail. So we started putting some things together. And I took that to the board at the time, and they were all in favor of moving forward with it. So that's a brief history of how that started. I think it's a good thing that we can do for the community. We're planning some other things for Wayne Street in the future that will tie all into this. So it'd be nice to have that as the entrance in West Olean to the trail.
perfect, thank you. It's hard to remember how they all start out.
A dream.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
And we
So,
won't have to mow it anymore.
Right.
right, and that's something else to keep in mind. I'm gonna have to create or revise that RFP and release it soon. So I'll be bringing that to everyone's attention most likely next month. I just really wanted to get this stuff out of the way instead of really bogging down the meeting with another RFP. So I went out for our proper procurement procedures because this is professional services. And it would depend upon the cost. So I have 2 written estimates. And what I went out for was asking an engineering firm. I provided them with Bob's estimate. I provided them with the overlay from the parcel viewer of the piece of property. I offered to meet engineering firms on site. We received responses from Clark Patterson Lee and E&M engineers. The reason being, I went to those 2, Clark Patterson Lee's local, so it's E&M engineers, and they are actually the engineering firm that did the Allegheny River Valley Trail to begin with. So they are very familiar with the area. Clark Patterson Lee did not meet me on site, even though I offered, and you'll see their estimate is quite extravagant. That's their total is $51,415, and all I've asked them to do is a proper project estimate and to prepare bid documents, to let the project and to do construction inspection. And there's other things involved with that. I mean, because the gateway arch, there's that part, advertising, the award, the review of the bid decks, just a normal construction project on a much smaller scale. So they came in at $51,415. E&M engineers actually went down and met me on site, and their entire lump sum fee is $8,500, which is actually a better deal than I thought we were gonna get.
Is it possible with the
Yeah.
arch?
Yeah. Now this is just for design services, engineering,
Oh, okay, okay.
the bid. That and there really isn't a ton of design left to do because I gave them the specs. So I'm really unsure why Clark Patterson Lee wants to still design the gateway arch for $12,300. I gave them the specs, and billing is the one that did the one at the farmer's market. So there's really not a whole lot to do for design. It's there. So I think E&M really paid attention to detail. And I do believe that is absolutely able for them to do that, because even the construction services will only be a few days on site. It may not be all at once when the paving or the grubbing and occurs, but I think it would be best if we're going to move forward. We should have a solid project estimate, because the one that the director provided us doesn't even involve labor. That was just for materials, and the city will have no in-house work on it. So when we budgeted 38,000, it was really just for materials, but that's not realistic. So that's why I'm coming to everyone today with this. So if we're gonna move forward, we should really get a true cost for the project prior to going out to bid, so we'll know where we're at financially.
Hey, Carrie, just one quick question. I'm looking at the overhead here, and I can share it for on the laptop here, but where I don't see it in any of the proposals. I don't see the overhead sketch, so I'm just trying to visualize it here. It looks like, are you talking about coming off 12th Street here?
It runs parallel with Country Fair's parking lot where those arborvitaes are. You're right there.
Yep.
Right here?
That's
Yeah.
it. And it'll
Okay.
connect from 12th into the Allegheny River Valley Trail.
Right here? Basically come to here?
No, not that far. Go back.
Okay,
Do you see where it starts? Go a little further, right there.
okay,
There's
right,
a jog right there. That's where it'll connect.
okay, I see,
Hi,
okay.
That's behind Country Fair.
Country Fair.
And
So
then
Subcon's down here at the bottom.
Okay.
And those are.
In
people's
Tandem
backyards.
Solutions, by the way, Tandem
I'm
Solutions.
just thinking of-
So I guess, Jack, I don't know if I need to, but I'll disclose an existing business relationship with the owner of this property. I actually oversee this entire operation here. So as neighbors, we would be very interested in partnering any way we could to make sure that this was successful. Okay, so right here. So come in here, arch here, basically, clear this and connect to here. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, Adam.
So you,
Okay.
Adam, you're talking about you, owner of the property.
Correct. This property here?
Subcon's property.
Oh, because of your employment in tandem.
Correct, correct.
Oh, I see. No.
Correct, and actually, I don't
And
know,
that was, if I may too, when we had a discussion about extending the trail through over to Marcus Park too. And that would tie in, we could do that right through Subcon's property. And tie
well,
in-
there is a little bit of a challenge with
That's
that.
where the inclusion part is gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we're in the middle of trying to secure this area because we'll say the pass-through has overstayed its welcome. There is a lot of foot traffic on a daily and nightly basis that is not conducive to our continued business operations, we'll
Yeah.
say. And so we have gated here and here to prevent cut-throughs of that. We have people going through our parking lot almost all day, every day, and all night, every night, as we determined with some cameras. So we have recently closed these entrances off. Now, if the housing authority would be interested in coming down through here and coming around the property, that might be something, but we at this point are not interested in continuing in increasing the already steady flow of pedestrian traffic across the parking lots. We had some incidents of theft and vandalism, and it's just not a good situation there. So we have recently moved to close that. I don't know if Kathy's in the room, but I know that Kathy met with our maintenance team, our facilities team over the summer, because we've been mowing this area here for some time. And I believe that the URA was contracted with someone who should have been doing it. And it sounds like maybe wasn't. And so I don't know what came of those conversations. I know Kathy met with our facilities team and there was some discussion. But that's kind of the short, brief history of the neighboring property, I guess. But I appreciate you letting me know where this is. So essentially arch here, little trail here connecting up to here, and that's what we're talking about. That's the project.
Yes.
Adam, who
Great.
did you say? Kathy who met with who?
Kathy Monroe,
My secretary met with who?
our facilities team, I believe Kyle Freehouse.
I wasn't aware of this. And, wow, okay, that's news to me. And, that's not the parcel of land that we mow because we own next to Armor Building Supply.
Yeah.
And we mow that parcel and we mow the parcel on 12th Street.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm not sure what came of those conversations. We reached out because, our guys were mowing it because just wanted to be good neighbors. So it was.
It's not our parcel to mow, so I don't know why my secretary said that or went there without my knowledge.
Well, here, I mean, GIS, I know the GIS isn't really, but right down to the foot, but in here, I mean, this still shows as URA's parcel up through here.
Oh,
Where is that?
Where is this?
Is it behind that factory?
So, yeah, so here's,
it's right alongside the trail.
here's Country Fair right here, right? And then here's the trail, and then here's the parcel, and here's where our folks were mowing.
And they've got it
It's
listed
the
as us.
trail, but I thought with the trail.
So this is Manley Drive, by the way. So this is to give you some bearings.
Right,
This is
that's the
Manley
drive.
Drive. This is the trail as it goes adjacent to Manley Drive.
Yep.
Then this is where the new project would tie in.
We have surveys of what we own.
Yeah.
But this area here, there was it all started because there was a garbage can, or there were garbage cans along here, and folks were, obviously putting their garbage in it. And then, of course, again, with that pedestrian traffic I referenced earlier, people started kicking it over and then just piling, throwing garbage everywhere and that sort of thing. And I think the call generated because we thought it was a URA garbage can, and the URA was having it emptied. And it was no longer being emptied. It was just gathering garbage everywhere. And I think that's the genesis of the call. Separately, we had also been mowing through here, again, just to be good neighbors, and keep the parcel attractive. And so they met, as far as I know, they met and had a conversation. I spoke with Kathy. I called your office, Carrie, and I think you were out that day, or I don't know what the story was, but I called to talk to you. I left the message with Kathy. Kathy then, I believe, had the conversation with Kyle. I'm going from memory here. This was over the summer, so it was a bit ago, but I don't know what came of that conversation. So Kathy may be able to speak to it more, and I can find out from Kyle where they ended up. But this is the area which does show as, excuse me, URA land.
Yeah, we'll go down a little bit. Where you're clicking on is the URA's property that is leased. Now, we'll go into that, up to that site, see if.
This here?
Yeah, click there.
Yeah, this is ours. This is Tatum Solutions.
Just above that
So
line.
click right above that line.
Yeah, right here. This is URA.
Now, I thought with the Allegheny River Valley Trail, there is something that they do the maintenance. It's never the responsibility of the agency whatsoever along the trail.
That may very well be.
Yeah,
That may be where
it's-
the city's supposed to.
That's it. It's
Yeah.
because the agency allowed that on their
Right.
property. So that's between the city, Allegheny.
Yeah, there was
In
an agreement-
Bonaventure.
There was an agreement made, with John Ash. Made the agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
I'll update Kathy on that as well. I think she definitely overspoke then, and I wasn't made aware of this.
And so Carrie, just going back to a couple of conversations you and I had, this might be even a year ago now, when we were talking about, we put a gate here. So when you and I had conversations about, this is URA land, do you have a problem with us putting a gate here? And you guys reviewed it with Jack, that's where the gate was. So it was technically over this line. Again, the GIS isn't to the foot, right? So this is
Correct, yeah.
the representation, but this is where we put the gate, and then
Yeah.
over here. So,
Yeah, we took that before the board. Everyone was fine, absolutely.
yeah, which we appreciate. That's been very helpful.
Okay,
Okay, great. I appreciate that. Sorry to take the meeting down to a grinding halt, so I can understand where it was.
That's okay.
No, it was enlightening.
yeah, it certainly was for me. All right, so back to the proposal. So ultimately, the agency allotted $38,000 for construction and $2,000 for professional services. So in that, the lump sum fee, I mean, if you would so choose to be willing to hire a engineering firm, I would suggest E&M at the 8,500.
I'll make that motion. We hire you for 8,500.
I'll second.
I oppose.
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, I thank you all for that. I will again send out letters, one for the acceptance and one for the thank you, but no thank you in the nicest manner. Moving on, we touched on my agenda. Okay, the bill. So I had hired Canada Land Surveying. The agency had given us permission to do that. They've completed the survey. So there is a bill for that, and the survey is for this parcel of land, because ultimately, once the trail portion's done, it's the agency's intent to transfer it to the city. And Jack actually has the abstracted title updated. So we're ready for when all of this occurs legally. So
What about the other owner of the house or whatever, the adjoining property.
I called him and told him the agency's not interested in selling him the parcel, and he was totally fine with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was really cool. He said he just wanted it to clean it up. So, yeah, he was great. So, I have bills, Canada Land Surveying in the amount of 700. And then Crystal McDivitt, our bookkeeper, her bill is actually a year's worth of services. It's January of 21 to January of 2022, and that's in the amount of $1,085.50.
Is that it?
That's it.
I'll motion to accept the bills.
I'll second it.
I
Hi,
oppose. Motion carried. I will need a motion to go into executive session for real estate matters.
I'll
I'll
make a
make a
motion.
motion. I'll second it. I'll second it.
Thank you.
You should go first.
Is there anybody on? We have to close out. Is anybody on?
I didn't allow